the Giggles Daily Podcast, episode number 2. I'm so excited to be here today with the one and only Kelly Podlubny. I am thrilled and over the moon that he's accepted my invitation as my guest number 2. He's a VIP. I have to put him on a pedestal right now because he's the official Canadian Laughing Champion, but not only that, he also won the World Laughing Championship, the one and only Kelly Podlubny. Oh my God, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Rachel. Thanks for having me. This is so exciting.
Oh my God, I am over the moon that you actually said yes. You're like a superstar now. How many interviews have you done, more or less, in the last few weeks?
I think I'm at about 10 or 11.
Oh, that's huge, Kelly. Like, I don't think you understand how big that is. That's humongous. So, congratulations once again. I'm a big fan. I met you recently when we competed in the Canadian Laughing Championship. And, like, who is this guy? His laugh is hilarious. He needs to win. Like, every time I was on mute, I'm like, this guy. So, I want to do a first exercise with you. Let's do a celebratory giggle together, okay? So we're gonna inhale together through the nose and then just celebrate and giggle together. Let's go. Let's go. Inhale. You did it. Your laugh. I can't handle your laugh. Like I just can't. I every time I watch you on your interviews or during the competition, I was like, oh. So how does it feel? How does it feel, Kelly? Tell me.
Gosh.
Like I don't.
I'm
Where do I
still,
start?
yeah, exactly. Where do I start? I feel really, it all feels like a very surreal experience to
Yeah.
be garnering this extra attention, especially from the media, just in regards to my laugh. Because I've always had this laugh. This is me, right? And now all of a sudden people are like, oh, I want to hear you laugh because I hear it's the most contagious laugh. And it's like, okay.
I'm a human. I want to talk first before I laugh. Right?
Well, fair enough. But I always like to laugh first or laugh while I'm talking because it just makes it more fun to talk to somebody.
It's more natural in your case because it's just, I find you have a very contagious laugh, and I find the minute you start laughing, everybody else around you starts laughing. It's like it's just so contagious, your laugh.
Thanks. I didn't know.
And was this the first time you competed?
It was, I was urged by one of my laughter yoga teacher friends to enter the Canadian competition. And I'm like, well, I don't know. And then I sent in a submission video, and next thing I know that I was competing in the Canadian championships.
I'm so glad you did.
And yeah, after winning those, it's like, well, okay, so now what? You mean I have to go to a world championship now and I'm representing Canada? What? Really? Okay.
So, as the laughing champion, world and Canadian, your title is that you have the most contagious laugh in the world and in Canada. Like, that's crazy when you say it out loud, right? And so,
Mhm.
my question to you, what's your favorite laughter exercise that you did maybe in the competition or when you're leading a class? What's your ultimate favorite laughter exercise? Can you show us?
Sure. Well, my ultimate favorite exercise, I mean, it's hard to pick just one,
It
but
is.
but it's the one that won me the world competition, and it was laughing at myself. You know,
Also, that's the best exercise, just laughing at ourselves.
laughing at myself exactly because I find that I'm always kind of doing silly things, or I might make a mistake at work, or I might say something that's not like the smartest thing to say. And instead of beating myself up over these things, I just learned to laugh at myself. So, so if I think, oh boy, that was sure dumb what I just did, well, then I could just point to myself and you just reminding yeah, just reminding myself that I'm human and I make mistakes. And the best part is about making a mistake that, A, I can learn from it, and B, well, why not laugh about it? Because
Absolutely. It's so much easier to laugh about stuff than to beat yourself over it or to cry over it. Like laughter is such a medicine, and you kind of brush it off. I've always been like that too. I've always laughed at everything, even sometimes when it's not funny. But it's the best way to be, so I applaud you for that. Laughing at yourself. To our audience, laugh at yourself a little bit more, okay? Think of Kelly when you're doing it. Okay, my next question to you, Kelly. How did you first discover laughter yoga and how did it come into your life? I'm curious.
So with laughter yoga, this is very I don't know. I like this origin story. So I was a substance user for quite a few years. I used that to cope with my life and just to sort of shut off everything, shut off my emotions, shut off the world, and just disappear into myself. I lived in a very self-defined world, as it were. And so I was able to come out of that back in 2016. And, it was an absolute miracle that I found my way out. And when I did, it kind of left sort of an empty space in my soul, and so I was doing a lot of, watching a lot of comedy shows, a lot of movies, just to try and spark that joy again. And I was watching this particular internet show. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Tosh.0. It
No.
was a show here in North America, and he plays internet clips, like really funny internet clips. And so he played this one where this woman is at the head of a stage, and she's on a microphone. She's sitting down, and she says, "I have cancer," and then she started laughing about it.
Wow.
Okay, this seems very odd. And so she had other people in the audience sort of share, brutal things that were going on in their lives. Oh, I just lost my spouse. And then they would laugh. And then somebody else would say, "Oh, I'm suffering this illness." And then they would laugh about it. And then they would go, "Very good, very good.
Very good.
Yay."
Yay! Oh my
And I'm
gosh.
like, what are they doing? What's going on? Well, luckily, the lady at the front was wearing a shirt that said laughter yoga. So because of that, I had something to Google. Well, I'm going to Google this. And so I Googled laughter yoga, saw what it was, saw what it's about, saw all these thousands of people doing intentional laughter. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to check into this a little bit more. So I found a laughter club in North Vancouver, just across the other side of the water from me. And after my first session, I was completely hooked because I discovered that I don't need a reason to laugh.
Mm-hmm.
And I was getting the same dopamine release. We talk about dose, right? So dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin,
Yeah,
epinephrine, right? The feel good hormones,
exactly.
and everything was released at that moment. And I'm like, well, this is what I've been missing. So I found, I'm going to say it's a laughter yoga sized hole in my life that I was able to put in there.
I love that. So that was clearly a huge pivotal moment in your life. That
Yeah,
was
it
pivotal.
really was. It taught me that I was able to embrace the joy again and able to incorporate it.
And do you feel this way too, Kelly, when you're leading a class or you're in a group? Do you feel like it's medicine to yourself too?
100%. That is a really great question because it does, like, being silly and watching other people be silly along with me um, is really empowering, I find, especially because all summer we've been doing laughter sessions out in the park outside and people are watching us. And, if I'm just doing it by myself, people would think I'm crazy. But if I'm doing it in a group of people and we're doing all the same thing, well, that's okay.
Yeah,
It's like,
it
this is,
passes. People are like, oh, like they're together, they're reunited for something?
yeah,
That's
yeah, exactly.
interesting. I love that. So it's funny. I just did I attended a laughter yoga class in Cabarete where I live, and I met a new laughter yoga leader. So I always get excited when I meet new leaders. And I took her class. We sat in a circle outside a cafe, and people were passing by, walking and looking at us like we were crazy. So I feel you. I kind of got this same sense when you said, we do it in the park, and when people pass, they're like, "Oh God, what are they doing?" But it's contagious, and you get the people's curiosity. Then you start talking about it, and it's just beautiful to witness that people can give themselves a chance to laugh, and that when at least for you and for me, when we lead class, it's medicine for ourselves and other people, and I love that. That's why I love laughter yoga. It's
Absolutely. And,
super
that's one
special.
thing. One thing that I found out though is that even just by watching people laugh and have fun definitely would also help our mental states. And everybody that witnessed us at the park, every single person that was watching us had a smile on their face. And
You
I thought,
see?
this is what it's all about.
It is about that. And can you remind yourself or remember a specific situation in a class or a group that really stood out? Like something that was like, "Oh my God, I'll never forget that moment."
There's so many, but one that sticks out for me right now is that we had some laughter professionals from Japan visit us, and this was about a month ago,
Cool.
and it really helped me understand because they didn't speak English, and it really helped me understand that laughter is universal. It doesn't have a language. And yet they were being just as silly as we were because they could see the visual description of what exercise we are going to be doing. And so they just followed right along and we laughed and we had them lead some exercises and to
That
see,
is so neat.
what Japanese laughter yoga is like. And it was just such a great experience. That really sticks out for me.
That's really cool. Yeah, laughter is universal. So no matter what kind of group you're in, if it's multicultural, you just start laughing, you do the gesture, and people will follow. You don't really need to speak their language, which is so beautiful. I love that. Okay, so the next question I have, what brings you the most joy outside of laughter? I can't wait to hear this.
Wow. So something else that brings me joy is I do creative writing. I do competitive storytelling. So that brings me a lot of joy. And this is again, it's just every little thing I can do to regain the life that I had before I got into substances brings me joy. So whether that's singing or dancing or listening to some awesome music, these are the things that I've lost for
That you
those
lost for a while.
almost 20 years. So rediscovering these things um, has just every little thing brings me joy now. At work, it just interactions I get with people at work. So spectacular because I have, I'm a transit driver here in Vancouver. I get to interact with a lot of the same people on a daily basis and my coworkers and I find so much joy. I just need to just look at it. I need to look for that joy. And if I just
Absolutely.
open my eyes to it, it just comes to me, right?
You must have your regulars coming on your bus. And did you do an announcement on the bus saying what happened to you, like that you won the championship? Do they know how famous you are right now?
Um, but then I'll just tell other people, just like, yeah, just Google World Laughing Champion while you're on the bus and see what you get, Like, and then
That's
they're kind of
so cool.
surprised and they're looking at their phone and then at me, and it's like,
They're like,
ah.
what's going on here? I love it. What is your biggest dream or aspiration? Like anything that you would love for it to come to fruition?
What a great question. A dream or aspiration? Um,
Let's fill in the thoughts with laughter.
yeah. Oh, yeah. And, honestly, um, I'm getting closer to retirement age, and to make my laughter practice a full-time gig, I think would be that's what I want to do with my life.
God bless.
9 to 5 is okay, but I think if I can bring laughter to as many people as I can, that will definitely.
That's a good one. That's really a good one. So keep pushing through, keep laughing, keep being you. People will feel that. They'll want to be with you. That's your brand. That's Kelly. You can't change the Kelly. I was going to say, close to retirement, you look really young.
Thanks.
Not like
I've been
retiring.
driving I've been driving a bus for 27 years.
Holy moly. Okay, so keep laughing. It's keeping you young, clearly.
Yeah. It's not stopping my hair from changing color, but I'm okay with that. Oh yeah.
I love that. Well, I hope that your dream comes true. All I can tell you is that keep being you, keep putting yourself out there, and it's going to happen. I know it
Uh,
will. I know it will. Okay, the next round, we're going to do some rapid fire rounds. So I'm going to ask you questions, and you'll tell me which you prefer. Okay, so get to know you a little bit better. So cats or dogs?
Cats.
Oh, pussycats.
I got one sleeping right next to me right
For
now.
real, huh? I love it. Okay, favorite ice cream flavor?
I'm gonna go with Rocky Road.
What's Rocky Road? Tell me, is it like a
Oh,
caramel?
okay. So no, it's chocolate, vanilla mixed with marshmallows, and usually chocolate
Ooh.
chunks.
Oh, yummy. That's on, I'm salivating. Okay, what's your guilty pleasure song?
Okay, this one's a bit strange. My guilty pleasure song is called "Think About Things," and it's by an Icelandic artist named
Ooh.
Daddy Frere. And if I ever need to have a positive, uplifting song, that's the one that I sing to myself. Because all of his music is very positive and uplifting.
I'm gonna have to go listen to that one. I've never heard it before. I love it. If you had to laugh in a specific accent, which one would you choose?
Okay, my friend's gonna kill me, but it's gonna be, I'm thinking a French accent.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah, demonstrate, please.
Well, yeah, that's that's what I'm thinking of, right?
That's amazing. And then the last one, truth or dare?
Ooh. Um, I'm feeling dare today.
Dare? Okay, so I'm actually gonna make you do a dare. Okay, I dare you, you're gonna do it for sure, to laugh and go. That's my dare.
Okay, I gotta work up to this.
Goodness, thank you. That was amazing.
Uh,
This is why.
oh, oh.
See, this is why I love interviewing other laughter yoga leaders because we have no guard. We don't care what we look like. We'll just do whatever. Thank you for that. That was awesome. That was the highlight, I think, so far. In your experience, how does laughter impact your mental and physical health?
Oh, um, well, I get stressed out a lot, and so it's a great way for me to cope with stress, specifically at work. Get stressed out all the time. It's really important for me to just utilize laughter to overcome that stress. So like I'll be driving at work and somebody will cut me off and I'm thinking, oh, I'm so disappointed. And then I'm like, wait a second though. How do I want to feel about this? Whatever. They cut whoever it was off. Like, why am I taking it personally, right?
Exactly.
So I think of like water off a duck's back.
I love that. So it helps with stress, whether it's physical or emotional stress. It helps with all types of stress when you're laughing, right? So instead of getting angry at the person who cut you off, you laughed it off, and now you could brush it off more easily. So that's
Yeah,
a good one.
absolutely. And if I may share, my favorite stress busting exercise, if you're
Please
ready for
do.
this, I find that a lot of us will hold tension in our jaws, right?
Yes.
I find that we clench our jaws, and I'll grind my teeth while I'm at work.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
this is
Even
what
while we sleep.
exactly. And so when I get to a red light and I have a moment, I will do this, and really helps me get rid of that anxiety because A, it loosens my jaw, and B, because it makes me feel silly. And so I'll put my hands together and I will do my jaw shake and I will go.
Uh, that
I
actually
love that.
feels really good.
It does, because it loosens right from the temples all the way down to the chin. And at the same time, you get to be silly while doing it. And then it always gets me laughing. So,
It's amazing. I've never heard of that one. That's why I love also speaking and connecting with other leaders because you get different exercises from different people. So my first episode, me and Eileen, we blew a balloon and we let it
mhm.
go and started laughing. She's like, "Can I use that for my workshops?" I'm like, "Of course, go for it." So I might use this one too in my next class. Love it. Thank you, Kelly.
Of
That was
course.
awesome. My last question for you, can you share a story where laughter helped you overcome a challenging situation? So you spoke a little bit about when you were going through substance and you came out of that. Was there any other situations that helped you, like laughter helped you through something else?
Gosh. Well, I use laughter every day. I need to get me out of different funks and different emotions and feelings and negativity. So just to find one specific thing, that's kind of a reach because like you just mentioned again, coming out of substance use, the transformative idea of laughter really just took hold from that moment on. And so I've spent the last nine and a half years just really, utilizing laughter for everything. And so it's tough to find one particular
One specific.
specific thing. Yeah,
That's all good. So that's the message you hope to convey is really using laughter, regardless of your situation, is just try to laugh it off instead of going into like a whirlwind of anxiety and stress and whatever emotions you're feeling, just turn to laughter. I think that's your message today, I would say.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, that's what I really find is that it's another coping skill that I can use in my life, my day-to-day life. We all find different ways to cope with certain things, but this is what I choose to do because it works for me and it's positive and it makes me feel better. And I've never heard anyone complain about my
No. We want more of it and forever and ever. So don't ever stop laughing. If anyone says stop laughing, Kelly, just laugh back right at them. I'll never stop.
laugh. Why are you laughing so much? Well, because I want to.
Exactly. It's a choice. It's a choice. We either wake up feeling, like grouchy or in a bad mood, or you could switch that around with the skill that we have, which is the laughter yoga, and we make it a choice to laugh on purpose rather than leave it up to chance and wait.
That's a really good point, Rachel, and I'm glad that you said that. And it just reminds me how important, my daily laughter practice is. It's the first thing I do when I get out of bed. Well, I don't even get out of bed. I kneel on my bed and I do my sun salutation,
I
the
love,
aloha laughter.
I
So
love that.
that's definitely one of my favorite ones to do first thing in the morning.
It's the best. So how would you do it? You want to demonstrate it?
Sure, aloha laughter is we take a nice deep cleansing breath in and raise our arms and go aloha.
Hello. Good. So a simple hello, and that's it. You're good to go. Love that. The closing question, you see how fast it goes when you're having fun? Kelly, what's the best advice you'd ever heard or received?
The best advice that I've heard or received from someone.
I love that. When you think, you laugh. I love that.
Yeah. That's my normal reaction. The best advice are these. Okay, so there's two that I sort of live by. The first one that's really important, and it's to love myself because in order to offer love, to be loved, I first need to love myself. And that's the big one for me. The other big one, there's two big ones. The other big one is the word help.
Help,
And
okay?
it's important for me to use that word if I'm in a place where I need it. And so to ask for help, whether it's from
Yes.
somebody I love or somebody that I depend on, or even a complete stranger. I've asked complete strangers, I'm really anxious and upset right now. Can you just, you know, tell me something funny? you know?
Or give me a hug, one or the
Yeah,
other.
yeah, and that's what my favorite part about the people that I get to work with is that with these other transit bus or these transit drivers, I only get to see them maybe once for 30 seconds here and there, and there's always a hug involved.
I love that because hugs are so healing and people need more
Absolutely.
hugs.
Yep. More
So,
hugs and at least 20 seconds in duration, right?
yes, with hearty laughter is a bonus.
Yeah. And that's one thing. That's one thing that winning the world laughing champion has done for me. Now people expect me to laugh. And when I do, it's cool. Like it's so welcomed now because they have that sort of that expectation of me, and I'm like, oh, but I'm more than happy to fulfill that expectation.
Absolutely. This is so beautiful. Again, Kelly, congratulations. Thank you everyone for listening to our episode number 2. Please like, comment, subscribe. Kelly, congratulations again for this huge win for both the Canadian and world champion. You inspire me and thank you again for accepting this interview.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for asking me, Rachel. It was such a pleasure to spend this time laughing with you.
And I'm giving you a virtual laughing hug to end the episode, okay? So let's go. Thank you, Kelly.
Awesome. Thank you, Rachel.